Jai Hind everyone. I am Arpita Agarwal, Assistant Professor in CSE Department. So today I am taking Social Media Analytics and Data Analytics BCM 061 and I am taking the Unit 4 of Social Media Analytics and Data Analytics, Social Network and Modeling. So this is the syllabus of Unit 4 of Social Media. So we will be covering the topics for social network and modeling, Facebook analytics and Google analytics. So first of all, in social context, we will be covering affiliation and identity affiliation. So what do you mean by affiliation? So affiliation means association with some entity. Affiliation means association with some entity. So what affiliation represents? It represents individual connections to groups, organizations and events. So we have a bipartite graph. It is represented by bipartite graph. Suppose we have two zones and two nodes. Two nodes you can represent as entity. We have two zones, and in one zone we have three entity, and in second zone we have another three entity. So bipartite graph says that connection of zone 1, all the entities must be connected to zone 2, all the entities. So this is representation of bipartite graph. So zone 1 entities is connected to all the entities of zone 2, and this is a representation of bipartite graph. So this affiliation network or identity affiliation is modeled by bipartite graph. So if we take an example of it, a student affiliated with a university or clubs. Student can be affiliated with the university or clubs. And if we look for the identity, so identity defines as the individual entity of a person. So what does identity refers to? Identity refers to how individuals define themselves within a network. Example, they can be identity can be on base of role, on base of interest, on base of status. Next is what does identity influences? Identity influences interaction patterns and community participation. So critical for personalization and user segmentation in social media platforms. So identity can be both positive and negative impacts are there on the user identity. So basically we can say first we have a social identity as a universal identity, we can say. Next we have a customer identity and then its consumption styles. So consumption style is a subset of customer identity, and customer identity is a subset of social identity. So next topic is social capital. Social capital. So definition of social capital, if we go for the definition of social capital, benefits gained from the network of relationship. Basically, some relationship we form because of the benefit, and that are called social network. So benefits gained from the network of relationship is a social capital. So if we look for the types, bonding social capitals, but if we look for the bonding, your bonding social capital represents strong ties. That means close connection, close knit connections. We have a social bonding between a social network, like we represents family, close friends. So what does social capital promotes? It promotes emotional support and trust. Bridging social capital. How do we bridge the gaps between social capitals? So weak ties are there that among the different groups that represent social network, so or communities. So how can this be formed? Enables to access new information and broader opportunities. So what does social capital enhances? It enhances collaboration, trust, innovation and influence. So this is all about social capital. We have a social capital projects. It projects equality, trust and fairness among the communities. Next is structure holes. What do you mean by structure holes? We have a gap between the different communities or different groups, and that gaps or missing values is represented by structural holes. So structural holes represents missing bridge between two or more groups in a network. It is represented by gaps between the connections between different groups and cluster of individuals. Gaps in a social networks where few or no connection exists between the parts of the network. So brokers or individual who bridge these holes gain access to diverse information, control of information flow, strategic advantages in communication and innovation, and concept developed by Ronald Brett. So this is a representation of structural gap. This is a missing gap. This is a missing gap. This is a missing gap. And these are strongly connected entities. This is again missing gap and these are connected entities. Again, this is the bridge gap. We have two subgroups and the connected entities of the groups, and this is the gap. So next we are looking for structural balance. So structural balance is defined by triangles. Basically, it is a balancing activities. We have different types of emotion, positive and negative emotions, and it is opposite, or we can say positive or negative ties, and it is represented by structural balance. So triangles are used to represent the structural balance. So triangle is balanced if ties are positive. If we have a positive ties, then triangles are balanced, and if we have negative ties, then we have negative balance. We can say we are having more enemies. So according to structure balance, we have positive relationships. Positive relationships, if parties have positive sentiments, that means towards each other. Or we can take an example for this. If A likes B and B likes C, then we can say A should like C to maintain the positive balance. A balanced structural balance is there if all the nodes are positive. If one node is positive and two is negative, then it is balanced structure. And if two are positive and one is negative, then it is unbalanced. Or all are negative, then it is unbalanced. So next we have a negative or imbalanced relationship. So these relationships represent when there is a conflict between the individuals. We can say that A likes B and B dislikes C. So we can say that A should like C to restore the balance. Next, we have a mixed relationships. These relationships are neither entirely positive or neither entirely negative. They can create this type of relationship, can create tension, discomfort within the social network. So a triad is if we have a three group of people, that is a triad. So a triad needs to be balanced. We have to follow certain points. All must either be positive, means all must be friends. Either two are friends and both dislike the third, then the case is that it is balanced. If there is an unbalanced triad, that often leads to we can restore the balance if it is unbalanced triad. So modeling in social network. First we have a predictive modeling. User existing network data force to forecast future behavior or events. So in predictive modeling, we forecast the future behavior. So what are the techniques we look for predictive modeling? We have regression, we have classification, machine learning techniques that we use for predictive modeling. So here are the few examples of predictive modeling: predicting friendship, forecasting user churn, and anticipating viral content. So descriptive modeling. Descriptive modeling explain the patterns in current network. So if we look for the techniques for descriptive modeling, we have a clustering, centrality analysis, and community detection. So examples for descriptive modeling we have identifying influential users, segmenting users based on the interest, and visualizing network structure. Next, if we look for the differences between predictive and descriptive modeling, which is an important for AQ exam. So, predictive modeling and descriptive modeling, if we look for the purpose, predictive modeling predicts future outcomes and it summarizes the pattern based on existing data. So, predictive modeling is basically what is likely to happen, and descriptive modeling is what has happened and why did it happen. For predictive modeling focuses on forecasting or classification, whereas descriptive modeling focuses on exploring data and finding relationship. Predictive modeling examples are predicting churn, future sales, users behavior, and descriptive modeling examples are customer segmentation, trend analysis, and pattern discovery. So, if we look for the output of predictive modeling, models that make predictions, and descriptive modeling, insights, summaries, clusters, association, rules. If we look for techniques for predictive modeling, we have regression, decision trees, random forest, and neural nets. And if we look for descriptive modeling, we have examples like clustering, association rules, dimensionality, reduction. So for predictive modeling, our data requirement is labeled data with past outcomes, and for descriptive modeling, we can use unlabeled data. For predictive modeling, predicting viral post, user retention, and sentiment trends are the used in social media. And for descriptive modeling, we have understanding user groups, analyzing popular topics. So if we look for the nature of insight, we have a forward-looking action and action-driven. And in descriptive modeling, we have a backward-looking and knowledge-driven. Common tools for predictive modeling are Python and Scikit-learn, and it is used for Tableau and Power BI. So next is a community detection. So basically, community detection is the process of identifying groups of nodes. Nodes, you can say entities also, that are densely connected to each other on the rest of the networks. So community is basically the groups of nodes. And what does community help? It helps to understand social structures, interest groups, and behavior patterns. So if we look for the algorithms for community detection, we have a modularity optimization, Craven-Newman, and Lowen method. If we take the example of community detection, a network is divided into two communities according to closeness of individual. Community C1 includes 3 nodes and community C2 includes 4 nodes. That basically connection of different entities. Here community C1 is including 3 nodes and community C2 is including 4 nodes. So this is the community, like community C1 and community C2 and community C1. So we have disjoint communities, that is forming different groups. Like this is forming different community, this is forming different community, this is forming different community. People of this community is participating in this. People of this community is also participating in this, and vice versa. So this type of community form is disjoint communities. Overlapping communities, this is the overlap community, like some people is a member of this community also, and some people is a member of this community also. So some people is a member of this community also, and some people are a member of this community also. This type of communities are called overlapping communities. Next, we have a anomaly detection. Anomaly detection, anomaly means identifying unusual patterns or behavior. So anomaly identify unusual patterns or behavior that deviated from norms. So what are the applications for anomaly detection? We have a fraud detection, detection of fake accounts or bots, cyber security or intrusion detection. So what are the techniques? If we look at statistical methods, machine learning, graph-based detection methods. So this is an anomaly detection chart between the value and the time. Next, we have a Facebook analytics. So Facebook analytics is basically a tool used to track user interaction across the Facebook pages, websites, and apps. So it provides insights of user behavior, campaign performance, and audience demographics. Facebook analytics is used in brands, marketers, content creators to optimize the content strategy and engagement. So Facebook analytics tools, it Meta business suite advertisement, scheduling and publishing post, Facebook page insights tracking user interaction, creating a creator studio and content creator, Hootsuite, and later. These are the applications of Facebook analytics tools. What are the parameters or key metrics of Facebook analytics? We have a firstly is page views. Page views means number of times user has visited that page. Next is page like, total likes or new likes gained on a specific period on that page. Post reach, number of unique user who saw the post. Impressions, total number of time a post was displayed. Engagement means total interactions, like how many users has made a comment, like, share, and reaction on a particular post. CTR, click-through rate. It means the percentage of users who clicked on a post after seeing it. Video views, that means number of views and average watch time of a particular video. Next, we have a demographics. So demographics provides the data about the audience engaging with the page. Basically, demographic is based on age groups, gender description, location, language preferences, device uses. It helps in targeting the right audience and tailoring the context accordingly. So, analyzing page audience. So, page audience is basically the insights who is following the page and engaging with the page. Basically, it analyzes the person who is following the page and who is engaging the page at that particular time. So, what are the key factors for page audience? We have a audience growth trends, that means followers gained or lost over time. Behavior patterns, when your audience is online. Content preferences, most engaged post types, and referral sources, where traffic is coming from. Like most of the traffic comes from Facebook, search engines, external links, Instagrams. Next is reach and engagement analysis. Reach. What does it do? It measures how unique users saw the content. Up types of reach, we can say it can organic reach. We have organic reach means unpaid or free visibility. Paid reach means viewing results from ads or promotional posts. Viral reach, when users see your content through interactions by others, like shares, and comments. Next is engagement. Engagement reflects how users interact with the content. higher the engagement, stronger will be the audience connection. So we can say that higher the engagement rate is there, and then stronger the audience connection will be there. So what does engagement include? It includes reactions like love, etc. It includes comments, it includes shares, it includes clicks. Next, we are taking with Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a free web analytics service offered by the Google. So it tracks and reports the website traffic, about user behavior, conversations, and more. It is used in businesses, marketers, developers to understand and optimizes the web performance. So how does Google Analytics works? Google Analytics is basically a JavaScript tracking code which is added to every page of the website. And when users visit a website, the code collects all the data like page visited, time spent, device used, location, and data sent to Google servers, processed and made available in reports. So reports are accessible through GA dashboards, Google Analytics dashboard. So brief implementation of technology, if we look for brief implementation of Google Analytics technique, we have a tracking code, and tracking code is a snippet of JavaScript placed in website HTML. Measurement protocol, if we look, it allows data to be sent to Google Analytics from devices beyond the browsers. Google Analytics Force, the newest version of Google Analytics, is focusing on event-based data instead of sessions. Tools like Google Analytics Text Manager allows to code how to be added, managed without notifying the site code directly. So that's all for today. Thank you.